problems because of the line can get stuck over one of those. And now we got that tricky right shoulder on the inside. Again, as you can see here, my body position is crucial here to get him to again accept the outside left rein, get control of that right shoulder that wants to collapse and fall in. Which again, 95 to 98% of horses have that tricky right shoulder. And then I get my lines organized, neat and tidy, get it all figured out here so that they're lined up. And there again, it gets into a position where it's again dangerous. I got to pay attention and get myself organized. And then now we have the lines organized. Now we get the whip here up front, which is the pushing leg with my inside to keep that right shoulder from collapsing, stacking it up and keeping it in front of the right haunch. Because again, now it's the same thing here on my octagon, hexagon, pentagon pattern that we work on the alignment. So again, there the right shoulder wants to come in, squeeze and release on the outside left rein, and the whip up front. Again, it's my inside leg to bump that right shoulder a little bit. And then again, I continue on my octagon pattern. Right. Again, what you can't do in walk, you have no chance in trot. What you can't do in walk and trot, you have absolutely zero chance in canter. Because everything becomes much more faster and much more velocity in a higher pace. And that's again, when things don't go as we want, we revert back to a slower pace. And that's not just long lining, that's riding too. Speed is not the solution. It's in fact the enemy of engagement. Good. Very good. Again, I get this direct line of communication through his eye. If he sees me like I'm looking straight at you guys. So he knows if I have a whip up front, I have the whip behind, the driving leg. If I go towards his haunch, if I go towards his shoulder like this, he sees all these cues of how I communicate with him because it is the same thing as riding. My body position is my seat bones in the saddle. The whip is my leg. The reins is nothing more when they are when you ride. And then, here. Same thing. Again, there we're going to see a couple of times yesterday, he popped out, jumping into the right knee canter, which is very natural. Because again, it is more struggle here for most horses to go to the right in the trot, and so they like to strike off with their left hind leg into a right lead canter. And again, that's when I know that I'm sort of poking where it's a little bit hard, and they struggle a little bit, and that gives me an indicator of where I want to be, working the horse. Because at the end of the day, just like us humans, we have to struggle to become better. It just doesn't happen by doing what we've always done. Got there, he jumped into the canter. It was not me asking it. It was me again controlling that shoulder, making him take accountability and responsibility for his body. And then he said, that's hard, Richard. I'm going to jump into that canter. And I didn't get upset with him. I just went with it and then took it back down to a transition to the trot, and then we repeat. Because that's how we teach horses, through repetition. And that right shoulder wants to collapse. Yeah. There he comes again, whip up front, push
I feel it when I ride.
Back out, in front of the right arm, and then back to my octagon pattern.
It's interesting that he's saying all of the time.
And again, every single horse evades through
Something basically in the womb of the horse when they're born.
I used to think it was me.
No.
Because it's my bad side.
No.
Again, when I address the crookedness here, Again, you can see that there's a little bit of speed evasion that's happening. He wants to kind of move a little bit faster and or jump into the canter to run away from it. So that's natural.
Which is going the shoulders in, right? Like,
Good.
No, I don't, he doesn't want to pull on that head.
Get a nice feel in the outside left rein. He's pushing his right hind leg, connecting to my outside left rein, which is exactly what I want. Good.
That's better.
Super.
That's better. Good.
Nice.
Nice.
And again, he released, and then he sped up. So again, to compromise there, I want the release, so I gave him a little chance to speed up, so that I could make him feel the release in his back. And then I had to control it again, the same thing here. I went with him a little bit in that release, and then I had to control the speed again. So again, nothing is perfect, a little bit of a compromise here. Good, good. Good. There was a couple more strides and not speeded as much. Yeah, and then there comes the right shoulder again. Here comes that wiggle worm or hurting that, containing that mercury. You know, that's just how it is. That's part of the journey. There comes the shoulder again. There he jumped into the right knee canter. When I wanted to push that shoulder back out again, no problem. Just do another nice liquid fluid transition down through the trunk. Good. 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 Good boy. It's a big difference from yesterday.
Absolutely.
Canter. Come. Come.
Oop.
Canter.
Do it again.
if you wanted him to do that, that'd be difficult.
There we go. Yeah.
Good. I always say canter is our best friend as long as it's safe. Because again, it's the only gait that's naturally bent. So here, in every stride, he has to yield in his right rib cage and stretch out his left rib cage, which is something that, again, 95 to 98% of horses don't want to do. So again, I get it completely for free in the right knee canter. Good. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Good. Lateral suppleness starting to come here now. And again, there's a lot we contribute to that right knee canter. Good. Good. Super. And then liquid fluid transitioning to the walk, and then a marching walk. When we get to it, keep marching, keep marching, keep marching. Good.
Did you fly?
Oh, that was funny. I thought he was gonna pee off.
I don't know.
Again, keep marching, good. Feels really good in the outside left right here.
I think she's a little busy.
That's for canter. Canter. Up. Again, go with the horse here.
I think you saw the whip.
Yeah, it's constant rhythm. The karma we rarely see.
Mm-hmm.
It's there though.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
there.
what people need to realize.
Oh yeah.
Good.
He's very sensitive.
I've ridden him. He's super sensitive. Fun though.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That feels very, very good in the contact. Super.
What the?
That is funny.
Yeah. I don't know if there's something. Sweat maybe.
Something's tickling him or something. Yeah. He
Good.
doesn't look really sweaty though.
No, he doesn't. He conserves energy pretty good.
That is nice.
Good boy. Good boy. Can you see here? I have to compromise a little bit
Mm-hmm.
when he does release. Good. Good.
He's trying to just go with him.
Good. Good boy.
It's not that expensive, but yeah, it's the time, and I'm sure
Yes,
she's.
keep marching.
I mean, I'm sure she's you already know. Yeah.
So,
David
actually, we're getting very close to the finish line here because,
David,
again, you can't really ask for a whole lot more.
he's got something behind him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if it's flies or what, but because at the end of the day, it's the art of knowing when to stop. And again, you know, he's actually done better than I expected.
he says I don't want to stop because I want that bug buzzed in there.
Yeah.
answer any questions, or we can
Um,
talk about anything.
Go ahead,
For
Beth.
the right minders.
Okay, Beth has a
I
question.
have a question. I just like, so how much inside rain are you using? It doesn't look like you're using much, but I can see that you're coming in with it at certain times.
It's a good question, but the primary thing is about the alignment and get the horse honest through the outside left rein in this case.
Yep.
So once I've gotten the horse to become honest and pushing into the outside left rein, that's when I can start messing a little bit with the inside rein. And of course, the reason that the rein is set up in the way that it is on the inside is so that it is not a pulling rein, but a leading rein.
Okay.
And so, because when I do want to use the inside rein, it is to get a yield in the rib cage and in the neck. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Richard, you know, first time he's ever long lined, of course, with you. And I know there's a lady around here. I think you go to see her, Jen Hoffman.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you don't come here a lot, but is that something that I could have her maybe come to my farm and arrange some people or to help with that, or and then in between times that you're here?
Yeah. I mean, I think that could be a possibility.
I'd be interested.
Again, you know, you gotta be a little bit, you know, sensitive with him. Even if he is very, like calm, and I hear you that he's not a typical UB40.
Right.
But again,
It's there.
it's there.
Oh, I know it's there.
And you've got what you've got to establish is what you already mentioned before. It's about the connections. And that's a little bit, you know, it's like, you know, you said you were dabbling in dressage, and then, you know, it's like the difference between the Western and dressage is so huge.
Yes.
And so, you know, because I always say that, you know, when I ride